Assholes. Yes, I just called you an asshole. Just kidding. You probably won't hear this part, but as the beat builds. Welcome to the Fandomnauts Podcast. Today we have a little special episode for you. We come in peace, by the way. I'm going to keep trying to add the little tagline every time. My name is Andy. I am the Captain Kirk of this ship, if you say. You know, this is really appropriate. I've used that I've used that line a couple of times, but now it's like it's really appropriate because this is the Star Trek Beyond review. That's right. I am going to do a quick little review of Star Trek Beyond here. I went to go see it 2 nights ago. Couldn't get around to the review till now. And I'm just going to give a couple quick thoughts. If you don't know, Star Trek Beyond is directed by Justin Lin, written by Doug Jung and Simon Pegg, which I like Simon Pegg. It stars Sophia Boutella, John Cho, Idris Elba, Simon Pegg, Chris Pine, Zoe Saldana, Carl Urban, Anton Yelchin, which R.I.P. to Anton. He's recently passed away. And Star Trek. Star Trek is I'm just gonna start off by saying pretty good. It's pretty decent. It was decent. I mean, it wasn't the best movie. What I would say is it's not the best of the franchise, but it's not the worst. So it's, to me, the first one is still by far my favorite one. The Wrath of Khan attempt for the second one was kind of weak. Benedict Cumberbatch was cool, but other than that, I wasn't really a big fan of that franchise. And then this one came out, and it looks like they returned to form a little bit. This one's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. It's a more focused story. Basically, it just centers around Chris Pine, and he's questioning his motives once again. That storyline has not gone away yet. He's not sure if he's doing the right thing by joining Starfleet, which I think we've gotten 2 movies in a row, but I'm just saying, it seems like a thing. I don't know. Chris Pine is fine in it. He's cool. I'm just kind of tired of the storyline and the dad storyline. And if you don't know, that's not over yet because Star Trek 4 is going to star Chris Hemsworth. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best movie ever, but I had a lot of fun watching it. It was funny, so that's great. It kept my entertainment. Basically, Chris Pine questioning his whatever, his right to be a Starfleet person or whatever because his dad was better than him. His dad's Thor. I mean, come on. Like, yeah, of course your dad's better than you. And then so basically he's questioning himself, thinking about leaving the fleet. And then Spock, on the other hand, lost his whole race about 2 movies ago. And he's questioning if he should keep banging Zoe Saldana's character. Because they probably need more Vulcans out there. So that's his storyline, and he's also thinking about leaving for some reason. I think to start reproducing Vulcans or something. So that's where we start off. I have to say the movie starts off very strong. It's hilarious. I wish the whole movie was that because it was never that funny again. Basically, there's a little scene at the beginning with an alien species. And Chris Pine, and the way it was acted. The movie was a lot funnier this time around than some of the other ones. The first one still had some pretty good jokes, but this one was pretty good. It was pretty good as far as the comedy goes. It has so a couple of the positives I like about the movie is some of the acting was great. The chemistry between the actors, they felt like a real crew that cared about each other and have been through things together and stuff like that. So I like that little vibe going on there. Some of the special effects were pretty good. Some of them were not. There's certain scenes where I didn't like the special effects at all. But some of the special effects were pretty good. What else? It was funny. It wasn't very smart. So it's gonna sound like I have a lot more negatives. Oh, it was action packed. It was fun. It wasn't boring. It had slow moments, but it wasn't boring at any time really. Now it's gonna sound like I have a lot more problems with the movie, but it's just easy to nitpick movies nowadays. But overall, just keep in mind, I had a fun time with it. It wasn't a perfect movie. It wasn't the best movie of the year. It wasn't the worst movie of the year. It looks like it's gonna make what it kind of deserves to me. I think it opened at 59 million, close to 60 million. It's about 80 million worldwide opening weekend, which isn't bad. It looks like 185, and I don't think that counts marketing. 185 million to make. So they probably will make their money back. Overall, it'll probably bring in like 200, 300 million, something like that. Similar to the other Star Trek. I think the other Star Treks, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they've made much more money than that. Some of the negatives that I want to speak on, there's a lot of them. I mean, there's just a lot of them that stood out to me. But this movie's a B-. Not bad. A lot of the characters in this movie, it felt like an episode of the show. I guess their motives weren't fully explored, or like it was. So it was like a motive for an episode rather than an entire film for a lot of the characters there. Like, it's like a small little arc they can get over. It's not nothing traumatic. This little episode actually can get put behind them because it was barely risky until the end. Yeah, a lot of the characters they were just put in the movie to be themselves and not really go anywhere as far as changing dramatically, which is okay. They already have Star Trek 4 planned. Okay, whatever. I don't mind that too much. Spoiler alert, they destroyed the ship, the Enterprise, again. I'm pretty sure it's happened in every movie now. Like every single movie, they've destroyed that ship. And it's like, oh, okay, and then they give it like a dramatic, like 5 to 10 minute like scene, like they've done this, like this is unique. It's like, oh, okay, it gets destroyed again. Okay, oh, big deal. Okay, big whoop. That's why he's dangerous. It basically, they do it to show how dangerous Idris Elba's Krall character is, the villain of the story. Which is another problem. I mean, Krall was kind of cool, acted well. Motivation's a little shoddy to me. It's not strong enough. It doesn't really make any sense. I mean, not any sense, but it's not a strong enough motive to do what he did. I don't want to spoil too much, but basically his character is just like, it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, like practically, like why does there's a weird explanation to why the way he looks. Let's just put it like that. And that just kind of, it was just a dumb little thing. And his importance as a villain is not to the overall Star Trek legacy is very minimal. He's not gonna be remembered. He's just a one-off villain. So the villain wasn't very strong. It was acted out well and stuff. Give me one moment. I'm gonna pause this real quick. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to address something real quick. Yeah, villain wasn't very strong in the movie. That's one of the things that kind of got to me. What else? The characters, they're pretty much the same by the end of the movie. Nothing much has changed them. Like, I like the first Star Trek because they clearly change throughout the movie, even a little bit in the second movie. This one, the characters are pretty much, they're just reset to what they are at the beginning of the movie by the end of the movie. So that's one of the little things. Some of these special effects near the end were kind of fake. You can tell there was green screen. You can tell, I don't know. You can tell it was just complete CG. You can tell nothing was practical. They were just standing on front of a green screen, yelling at each other. Some of the makeup for the aliens, they just look silly at times. I'm sorry. Like, I just don't believe that, you're a living, breathing thing. Only their eyes and their mouths can move, but everything else is like frozen solid, like in place as far as their body movements. So some of that stuff didn't look too good to me. But it was fun. Overall, it was action-packed. Simon Pegg's character was probably one of my favorites. He's pretty funny. There's a newer character who had some good action scenes. I forgot her name. She's like the pale character. She's gonna join the Starfleet by the end of the movie. She's pretty much a straightforward character. Hey, I can help you. You can help me. I help you throughout the entire movie. You help me a little bit. Man, by the end, I just join your team. That's pretty much her arc in the movie. Nothing special. She's not acted very well, I have to say. Whoever is in that, I forgot who the actress is, but she's not acted very well. I could tell it was pretty bad acting. She's not good with aliens or whatever. She's a little too stale for me. It was kind of sad seeing Anton in the movie and knowing what happened to him, and they gave him a little shout out at the end for the credits. So that's something there. The overall the movie was fun though. You know, it was a short story, pretty much an episode of the adventure. So I definitely recommend the movie. You can check it out. You would have a great hour and a half. It isn't too long. It was like an hour and 45. Maybe 2 hours at the most. It wasn't too long. It didn't feel too long. Action scenes were decent for the most part. It was kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy light, to be honest. That's that at best. So yeah. So overall, I'll give it a 2.8 out of 5. I guess, and that's not a bad score. That's like, If 3 is okay, I'll give it a 3. 3 is an average. I'll give it a 3. I just don't want to give it a 3 because I feel like they're getting other movies 3s that are better. But I'll give it a 3. A 3 out of 5. So go ahead and check out Star Trek. It's kind of fun. A little silly at times. It's not the best movie, not the worst movie, but you'll enjoy. And this has been the Fandomnauts review of Star Trek. Please comment, like, subscribe. Just join the conversation. What did you think about Star Trek? I would like to know in the comments down below. I do respond. You can reach us at the Fandomnauts at Twitter, or at Fandomnauts at Twitter, at Instagram at Fandomnauts on Instagram, and then TheFandomnauts@gmail.com if you need to contact us. Well, this was the Fandomnauts. We come in peace, and I'm out.